Greetings to all viewers of my channel. In today's video, Zhitomir supercat. A story about a drunk groom at a wedding. A pizza courier that looks like a hero of a fantasy novel. A cave dweller in Israel. Yes, you heard right. He decided that it was better to live right among the rocks than to listen to his neighbors. But that is not all. Drunk monkeys attack people. And we are starting. Shocking and incredible story. A Zhitomir cat captured a store sign and stayed there for a year, resisting capture. Surprising rescue. A brave cat lived for a year on a shop sign in Zhitomir, desperately dodging a floodplain. The story of passers-by calling rescuers and animal rights activists to rescue a screaming cat burst into an emotional plot as the four-legged hero continued to slyly hide from them. The amazing story is that after the rescue services left, the cat returned to his sign again, where he became a real legend. For this, the Zhitomir people even began to call him a pranker cat. In June, real cat mania broke out in social networks and Telegram channels of Zhitomir. Photos and videos of mysterious cats dominating at a height on the front sign of one of the stores won the hearts of users. Particularly popular was the enigmatic ginger cat, who skillfully maneuvered around the sign, spent his drowsy hours there, and, as if realizing that he was the star of the show, screamed calling to attract attention and conquer the world with his cat zest. Even last year, we called the rescuers several times, and a paid tower with a cradle, to remove the cat, but as soon as they arrived and raised this cradle, the cat ran. The same thing happened when the girls and I went up. While we were going there, the cat also immediately ran away, said the head of the store Svetlana. Yet once the pranker was caught. The woman, who introduced herself as the owner, took him home. But soon he returned. Then the redhead was caught almost by the whole city. Random passers-by climbed the sign and tried to catch the animal. He was lured out with food. But he kept running away. Sudden ending. After an intense hunt, the cat was finally caught. This was the merit of the most courageous defender of animals in the city, Lyudmila Okotnikova. During the interview, Lyudmila shared that the story of the cat with the shop sign has been shaking animal volunteer chats for a long time and causing heated debate. On Tuesday, June 27th, I went to set up a bowler for a redhead. I took the mesh and smeared it with wet cat food. He must have been very hungry, because he reacted to them and began to ask me for food. He reached out to eat. I grabbed him by the skins and dragged him inside and stuffed him into the trough, said the zookeeper. Now veterinarians carefully monitor the condition of the cat, which is under their careful supervision. After a debilitating adventure, the cat is on the road to recuperation as his current state appears exhausted. Majestic wedding festivities are sometimes accompanied by an inexhaustible stream of surprises, including those that do not always bring joy. However, what happened in the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh is more like the plot of some Hollywood movie. The bride, who felt that the groom was unnecessarily addicted to alcohol during the wedding, decided to cancel the wedding celebration. The breathtaking moments of the Jai Mala wedding ceremony, traditional for the wedding ceremony, also shocked the bride's family. Jai Mala in India is an exchange of flower garlands that takes place in front of all the guests, on stage. You can conditionally call this ritual the middle of the wedding, when all the guests gather. In fact, this is a greeting by the members of the new marriage union to each other. Everything was going well until the bride realized that her chosen one was drunk when he went on stage for the ceremony. Petrified by the contemplation of this truth, the bride erupted in indignation, filling the atmosphere with her loud sobs, thus ending the wedding rituals. A debate broke out between the two families about whether to continue the wedding celebration. Ultimately, the bride's family made the decision to report the incident, the drunk groom, to the police, and law enforcement decided to take action by taking him to the police station. After lengthy negotiations, the groom returned the entire amount that the bride's family spent on the wedding celebrations, and only after that he and his family were able to return to their native village. Thunderous glory swept over Domino's Pizza, when her feat swept through the centuries and immortalized her name in history. Boldness and majesty met as Domino's Pizza, teamed up with famed jetpack maker Gravity Industries, embarked on an epic journey delivering its culinary creations with the power of blazing hot jets. The legendary pizzeria has swept down on Britain's Glastonbury Music Festival, turning the fantastic jetpack travel opportunity into reality and heroically delivering delicious pizza dishes to its true aficionados. Bold courier Domino has taken on an epic mission as the pilot of a mighty jetpack. Soaring from the heights of a nearby establishment in Glastonbury, the brave captain flew over the lush fields, faithfully spreading the aroma of pizza and personally delivering it to joyful visitors beaming with delight. Domino's has been taking orders from participants in the famous Glastonbury Festival for many years. However, due to logistical difficulties, they can't deliver the food directly to the venue. To overcome this hurdle, they took inspiration from Elton John and developed their own version of Rocket Man. Thanks to this creative approach, pizza will now be able to arrive at the festival with the help of a jetpack, delighting hungry visitors with its taste and satisfying their appetites. This move from Domino's has revolutionized the delivery of food to large events. When asked by The Independent about the possibility of making jetpack pizza delivery a regular practice, a Domino's spokesperson evaded a direct answer, stating, "All we can say at this stage is that the idea has legs. Or wings. Or a jetpack. A custom-made jet suit used for delivery costs several $100,000. Gravity Industries, the company responsible for developing the suit, explained that pizza delivery using jetpacks is a unique case, as food delivery is not part of their typical flight programs. However, they see this as a step into the future, opening up prospects for fast delivery. 50 years ago, on the coast of the sea in Israel, one man broke free from the clutches of everyday life, boldly creating his own world in the heart of a cave in the rock. He built the most complex labyrinth, where tunnel after tunnel, like a web of fate, intertwined into a bright pattern. However, an ominous shadow now threatens to deprive him of what was his refuge, to deprive him of shelter and home. This is a story about 77-year-old Nissim Kalon. For half a century of diligence, he turned a modest cave, lost on the Mediterranean coast, into a majestic temple shining above the waters. The magic of his hands transformed the dungeon into a portal leading to a world of wonder and splendor. Darkness gathers over the fate of Nissim, for a merciless exile is approaching by the decision of harsh rulers, explaining their deeds with fear for the holy coastline. The fate of his house hangs in the balance, and the great builder feels threatened that his work will be lost in the silent dust of time. Nissim Kalon is a man of amazing hospitality. He gladly receives guests and proudly guides them through his house, which is an amazing combination of home and work of art. In his main rooms, almost every surface is adorned with unique mosaics made from discarded tiles in all colors, which he has collected over the years from the Tel Aviv junkyards. According to Nissim, back in 1973, he lived in a modest tent on the beach of Herzliya, about 13 kilometers north of Tel Aviv. It was at this time that the idea was born to turn an ordinary cave into something majestic. He worked tirelessly, cutting a path through the rock until the hole in the rock widened. Wood, metal, ceramics, and stone were also used in the construction process. Now inside the cave, a delightful labyrinth has spread its intertwining corridors, and a majestic curved staircase leads to the very depths. The house also has running water, electric lighting in most rooms, a telephone, and according to Nissim, it is reliable from a constructive point of view. From the stones that I mine, I make gypsum and build a wall. There is no waste here, only material, that's the logic. Everything is useful, not a single garbage, the man said. Although the real story is just beginning, back in 1974, Nissim received the first notice of a possible demolition of his house. However, nothing happened at that time. He does not have an official building permit, but he claims that the authorities have temporarily left him alone since last year. "I'm not going to leave here. I'm ready to be buried here. I have nowhere to go, I have no other home," the man said. The Israeli Ministry of the Environment said that over the past 50 years, Kalon has caused significant damage to the rock, endangered the population, and reduced the area of the beach for people to pass. The agency has already issued him an eviction notice, believing that his labyrinth threatens the Israeli coast, and the building itself is illegal. This is what happens when monkeys in Nepal are given free access to alcohol. In the past 3 months, one drunken monkey attacked more than 4,000 people. It turns out that this bully primate even went to shops, where he drank strong drinks in the company of local residents. However, as the monkey consumed excessive amounts of alcohol, its tempers became more and more vicious and it began to bite the children. Several victims, including a 9-year-old boy, were rushed to the Sukraraj Tropical and Infectious Diseases Hospital, STID, in Kathmandu for medical treatment following a spate of monkey attacks in the region. Doctors and medical personnel took all necessary measures to treat the victims and ensure their recovery. According to STIDH, monkey bites in Nepal are the second most common after dog bites. In the country, the highest number of monkey attacks occurs in July and August. Most of the bites occur outside the temples, which are a kind of home for these animals. Doctors also fear that monkeys may be infected with rabies, which poses a potential threat to humans. A study conducted in one of the temples, aimed at studying viruses transmitted by primates that can threaten humans, found that many monkeys are infected with several diseases. These diseases can pose a real danger to people's lives, based on the findings of scientists. The extent of these specific diseases is still unknown. However, in another study, the rabies virus was found in the body of a dead monkey in the municipality of Shimla, India. This indicates that monkeys may be susceptible to infection and have the potential to transmit the disease. Biologists suggest that the monkey could have been infected by a dog. If you liked the video, do not hesitate to like it and share it with your friends. I think they will also be surprised by such an unusual stories.